Hey friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Chantel Rodriguez and I'm a life coach and motivational speaker. Today I'm going to be talking about the law of attraction, manifestation, and being aligned with your super attractor self. So let me start off by saying I'm sure just based on the title, some of you are thinking this girl's crazy. This is a little too woo-woo for me. Or I can't believe that stuff would work. I would advise that you just watch all the way through, take the information in, try it out, see how it works. I know for a fact that this stuff works because it's worked for things in my life, and there's millions of other people who would tell you the same. So why not let it work for you too? So let's start off by going over what is the law of attraction. It's the ability to attract into our lives that which we focus on. So, does that mean if I think of a Lamborghini, one is going to appear in my driveway? Absolutely not. And that is a common misconception, that you just think something and poof, it's there. But that's not the way that this works. The way that it works is essentially it's whatever you put out into the world, you get back tenfold, whether that's negative or positive. So if you're, walking around all boo-hoo and negative, that's what you get back. If you're walking around happy, positive, you get that back. And why is that? Because the law of attraction is based on the law of vibration, and everything is energy, including our bodies. So the thoughts that you think control your vibration, which dictate how you act and what you attract into your life. So I'm sure you know somebody who is constantly talking about how they're broke and how they can never find the right partner. And why do you think that is? Because they're stuck in this vicious cycle. That's all they talk about. And so they get more of it. And then they say they don't want it, but they just keep attracting more and more of that thing. So be careful about what you put out into the universe. And one thing to make note of is the universe does not understand the word don't. So if you said, I don't want to be broke, it takes that, and the way that it computes that is, I want to be broke, because it doesn't understand don't. So you always have to come from a place of what you actually want. So the way that you could say that instead might be, I want to be wealthy, or I want to be abundant in all areas of my life. So keep that in mind also. Essentially, it is where you put your focus, you will see more of that come to fruition. And as Tony Robbins said, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So some keys to keep in mind for manifesting is, number one, believe it is already so. And believing it already so means that you believe wholeheartedly with all of you that it's going to happen. But as a side note, it does not mean that I believe I'm going to be a millionaire and expect to be a millionaire tomorrow. It means I believe I'm going to be a millionaire and I will become a millionaire, but it's not going to be tomorrow. Okay, so there is a timing for it. And one thing that I can share with you about believing it is so is when I went to a Tony Robbins seminar. So, maybe 3 years ago, Tony Robbins came to my area, and once I found out, I was like, I'm absolutely going to that seminar. I had no means to get into that seminar, had no idea how it was going to happen, but I believed with every piece of me that was going to happen. And every day, like when I found out the dates, I wrote in my agenda, going to see Tony Robbins every single day that he was going to be here. And if you know me, I am like a huge advocate for planners, agendas. That's my jam. I know that I could write it down in my phone, but I'm all about writing it down old school. So I wrote it down, made little notes, and every time I would go to work and come home from work, I would pass by a billboard with Tony Robbins on it, and it said, the dates and everything for his seminar. And I would wave to the seminar and say, hey, I'm going to see you in 2 months. I'm going to see you in 1 month. I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. And I'm sure my kids thought I was crazy as well, because I was constantly waving to him, to the billboard. And with still no means of how I was going to get in to the actual seminar. I had no idea, but I just kept believing it. And literally like a few days before the seminar, like maybe 4 or 5 days before the seminar, my husband sent me an email. And he doesn't usually send me emails during the day, maybe a text message, but certainly not an email. So I opened the email, and it's a confirmation of my ticket to the seminar. And as you can imagine, I was ecstatic. But then I had no idea how I was going to be at the seminar because I didn't have the time off of work. In the end, it all worked itself out, of course. But that is the power of manifestation and really believing wholeheartedly that you're going to, have that thing or go to that place or whatever the case may be for you. Also, once you start believing things, you'll notice that things start to open up. Opportunities start to open up for you. Signs are given to you. And once those things start to open up or come your way, you have to act on that. That is an important part of this, is that if you don't ever act on these opportunities that flow to you, you're not going to get those things or achieve those goals. It's important that you act, because if you don't, it'll always just be a thought. Okay, so, and the way that Gabrielle Bernstein, she is a huge inspiration to me, the way that she describes this whole process in her book, The Super Attractor, is that it is it's spiritually aligned action. And she says that it is recognizing your desire and then backing it up by joy, love, and service. And I have to say that I actually have her Super Attractor deck, and I pulled a card before doing this video, and just randomly I shuffled them up and pulled a card, and it was this card. I'm not sure if you could read that, but on the card it says true manifestations are powered by service and love. And I mean, this is another sign of manifestation, right? I pulled this card at random and I was talking about it today. And so that is one of the things that she talks about, is that it's not about saying or wanting to manifest something to be happy. It's about wanting to manifest something so that you can share it and be of service. So for example, for the Tony Robbins seminar that I manifested, I wanted to go there so that I could learn new techniques and learn tips, and so that I can bring them back and teach them to my family, my kids, my friends, and now I'm teaching them to you guys. So it's just backing it with joy, love, and service. To believe that it's so, to take action, to be patient. So that's a hard one for a lot of people. But if you are in a state of truly believing that it's going to happen, that's faith. And when you have faith, you're more likely to be patient. So, and then just to get aligned with what you actually want, be clear on what you want and get aligned with it, because when it comes to fruition, you want to have space for that, right? So how can you manifest things? There are a few different ways, but the ways that are most common are through vision. So you could do vision boards. And I will note that vision boarding is effective. However, you have to be very conscious when you're doing it. You can't just paste a bunch of random pictures on a board and expect something to happen. You have to use it with purpose, right? You're gluing down things that mean something to you, that ignite something in you, because it's really important that when you're manifesting that you ignite all five senses. Like, what would this smell like? What would this feel like? What would this look like? You know, all of those things you have to think about when you're trying to manifest something. So vision boarding is one. If you don't want to, you know, glue things down on a board, you can just take some time, maybe 5 minutes in the morning, and think about, you know, what would your perfect like life look like? You know, how would it feel to have those things? You know, what types of things would you see, and all of those things. Also, another powerful way of manifesting is scripting. So scripting is simply writing things down, and writing things it's such a powerful way to do it, because it just, it really ignites something on a deeper level. And if you are interested in learning how to properly script your story, I am actually hosting a script your story workshop this month. At the end of the month, I will put the information in the description below, and you can buy your ticket to the script your story workshop. And I will take you through the steps of how to properly script your story. And it goes through each part of your life. So it's a very clear, very thorough, and it's going to be a good time. So if you're interested in that, that would be awesome. And then I am. This is also a powerful thing. So I am are the two most powerful words in the world, because, you know, and it's saying, so creating I am affirmations is very powerful in manifesting. I am a millionaire. I am my perfect weight. I am whatever it is that you're doing. So that's also very powerful. And then I am also going to put in the description below some resources that you might want to look up, books and people. But if you just want to Google search some people, I would recommend Bob Proctor, Gabrielle Bernstein, Abraham Hicks, and if you're not familiar with The Secret, that's obviously a pretty popular one as well. So I hope that you guys got something out of this and you enjoyed what you've seen. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. Share this video with some of your friends. And I look forward to seeing you back here next Monday. Have a good week, you guys.